with you guys. My name is Emily. I'm the Global Partnerships Manager for TrueCoach, and I'm excited today to talk about unlocking your potential and transforming your coaching business. So I'm going to share my screen and go over everything with you, but I also really want to make this a discussion today. I've been a trainer now for over 9 years, and I live and breathe health and wellness and fitness. I do it full time and in my passions on the side as well. So going to go over everything today, but feel free throughout today to ask any questions, whether it's in the chat or take yourself off of mute. And, definitely really want to make this a workshop and discussion for everyone to leave here today like we really got something valuable and more. So unless there's further questions, I'm going to share my screen and we're going to go through everything here. Let's see. Can everyone see my screen? Okay, yeah. Perfect. Awesome. So if you see me looking over here, I just have my two screens here. So like I said, unlocking your potential and transform your coaching business is our topic for today. So just a little bit about me is my name is Emily. I'm the Global Partnerships Manager at TrueCoach. And like I said, I'm so passionate about health and wellness. I have a major in health promotion and disease prevention, and I've been a personal trainer now for over 9 years. Live and breathe this. I've had times in my life where I've done this full time, and times in my life like what I'm doing now, where full time I still work in the health and wellness industry, but on the side am an online and in-person coach. I also have a podcast called Fit Food Junkies, all about fitness and mindset and wellness. So, live and breathe everything. And I know, a lot of you guys do as well. Going a little bit deeper into what we're going to be chatting about today. So why online coaching, the future of online coaching, the opportunity here, maximizing your business with TrueCoach. We're also going to go over knowing your worth and some really cool social media strategies, a live demo, an offer for alternative balance, and some Q&A at the end. If there's anything else that people want to get into, feel free to put it in the chat, and I would love to cover it here. Let me really quickly put this on the other screen so I'm facing you guys here. Present. Okay. Can you guys see my screen? Yes? Okay, perfect. So put in the chat, have you guys heard about online coaching? And give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if maybe this is something that you guys currently do, if this is something you want to get into, if you're like, I don't know about online coaching, this is super foreign to me. So put in the chat thumbs up if you're familiar, thumbs down if this is a really new concept for you. And feel free to take yourself off mute too. Would love to hear from people too if this is something, maybe it's your primary business, maybe it's something you do on the side. Online coaching is your preference, thumbs up. Okay, cool. So we're really familiar here. I primarily do online coaching. Okay, great. Perfect. So some two really key differences here about in-person versus online coaching. I'm not going to go too deep into it. Most people are familiar, but for those that are not, I have times in my life where I was an in-person coach, right? Especially during COVID. I'm sure many of you guys can relate to the traffic, to hours in the day, commuting, also making sure your clients are local, your schedule, your flexibility. Like I was drained. Okay. I don't know if anyone can relate to that, but I was really, really drained. And I found out about online coaching. It's kind of crazy that I've been in the industry for so long, but online coaching was actually pretty new to me. So with online coaching, as many of you know, you can train more clients, you build your own schedule. A lot of it you can do from home, you can do it remote, and you can have clients from all around the world. I have some clients in other countries, right? So it's so cool that you can really make your own schedule and have that flexibility. What's really great too is myself as an example, I do both. So I'm actually a group fitness instructor, full or part-time, right? So a couple times a week, I coach group fitness classes at Equinox, but mainly for coaching, I do online. So what's really nice is I'm able to program for my clients online, whether they're local or in a different state or in a different country. And I'm able to really grow my business that way while also having a full-time job, right? So it really does allow you to do it all, maximize your revenue, your time, and your overall efficiency. Any questions about online coaching? Feel free to put them in the chat as I go through this. What's really cool about online fitness trends, so obviously during COVID, this blew up. Even before online coaching was big, TrueCoach existed, and we'll go into that in a moment too. But online coaching is burgeoning. In 2032, so in about 8 years, you can see how much is going to 1,000% increase, right? So I always say, kind of like AI, right? You're like, ooh, that's the future I want to go into, or oh, this, like it's super cool to get ahead of the game and to be like, ooh, okay, online fitness. I want to get into the future of online fitness. How can I be a part of this? How can I be ahead of my time? So if I start now, by 2032, I'm ahead of the game, and I'm not starting something that is really up and coming. It's like you're going to be a part of this trend. You're going to be a part of adding so much value to your business here. So some really cool online coaching opportunities. I'm sure a lot of you guys know. But obviously people are focusing more, especially post-COVID, right? They're like, I want to prevent disease. I want to be healthy. I want someone to hold me accountable. Maybe they want to be more independent and they don't necessarily want to go in person, but they want someone to be able to help them to live a long quality life. So high demand for trainers and for coaches, especially online. And then the other opportunity is really diversifying. So what is your offering? What is that niche service that you're offering? So I'd love if anyone wants to take themselves off mute or put in the chat, is there a specific service you are offering or have offered in the past? So an example is maybe like a 30-day weight loss program or nutrition program, or as detailed as you want to be. Would love if you can put in the chat some programs or offerings that you currently are in the past, or maybe are planning to offer. Five-week full body sculpt. I love it. Also, one that I've done in the past is kind of a mental fitness program and challenge too. So challenges are really cool to incorporate like the mind and body connection. I know a lot of you guys are health and nutrition coaches too. So I'm sure some of you have done some cool maybe challenges or programs there. Any other offerings that you guys currently have done or do right now? Supporting clients with chronic illness or autoimmune disease that want to try the autoimmune protocol diet. Tatiana, I love how detailed that is, and we're going to go into that soon. That's a big focus today, is really finding your niche and finding that focus to really grow your client base too. So I love those details. Carol says 30-day, 90-day, 6-month, 12-month programs for creating mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual wellness. 8-day whole self cleanse. Cool. I love this. I love this. So cool. That is awesome. I love the physical and spiritual wellness combination. Okay, cool. So we have a big realm here, lots to work with. And we're going to go into that deeper, but really cool that a lot of you are kind of already on that. And maybe if you haven't done a challenge or program yet, this can maybe inspire you to start one. So also going off of the market trends and tech, we want to get ahead of the game, right? So, fitness software, programming, wearable technology, there's so much up and coming. And we're like, how can I get ahead of the game now instead of waiting before, maybe it's too late, or maybe you're just kind of behind. We want to be ahead of the game. So feel free to put in the chat. I would love a thumbs up or thumbs down in terms of programming for your clients, whether it's on the nutrition, habit, or movement exercise side of things. Put a thumbs up in the chat if you are using technology right now for your business. And put a thumbs down if you are like, I don't use technology. Maybe you use Google Docs or Excel or texting, but you're not necessarily using a program or a platform to manage your business with technology. We got a thumbs up. Cool. Awesome. Also, people that put in their program, Tatiana, Carol, curious if you used a specific platform for your programs to run your whole business, or how did you do that? All right, Carol, you did a thumbs down. What did you use? Simple Practice. Okay, cool. Very cool. Anyone else, thumbs up or thumbs down if you have used this? Coaching in person, got it. And Carol, with your coaching in person, how did you manage everything? Like, were you writing everything down on a Google Doc or Excel? How were you able to manage it all? Jessica, thumbs up. Okay, cool. Awesome. Simple Practice. Got it. Okay, very cool. Awesome. I know a lot of people always say that they're using Google Docs or Excel or paper and pen, right? So it's like, we're here to get ahead of the game, and I'm going to show you kind of how I do it and how so many coaches do it all around the world. So more about the online coaching opportunity. We're going to talk about social website creation and email marketing as well. So also in the chat, put in the chat thumbs up or thumbs down if you have your website social marketing, you're like, I'm on it. Or if you thumbs down if you're like, this is something I really want to grow and work in and be able to enhance it perhaps, or learn more about. Jessica, awesome. Thumbs down. Okay, cool. And maybe some people have their website, but they're like, I really want to work on their social, right? So it could be a mix. So we're going to go into all of this. Now with social media, especially post-COVID, right? And I don't mean to keep saying that, but it is true that everything has become online. So much of work is now from home and remote, right? So this is literally at our fingertips, and it's right here for us to do right now. Tatiana, website, need to work more on social. Okay, cool. And we'll go into all of that too. So getting started with online coaching, and I'll go into what TrueCoach is momentarily as well, but we're going to go over finding your niche, and maybe you have that, your brand, your target client, your pricing structure, marketing, client experience, and program delivery. So I always say as detailed as you can possibly be is the best. Before getting started, whether it's online or in person, it's like, you can just be a personal trainer. What makes you different? What makes you stand out? What is going to make somebody want to work with you, right? So yes, I'm sure, I could think you're the best. You would think you're the best, but how is a client going to know and want to work with you and believe that you're the best, right? So, I always say number one thing is kind of take these key points and brainstorm. Maybe journal this weekend, right? We have a longer weekend with Labor Day weekend. Maybe take some time, go outside, journal a little bit of kind of what your vision is. I know some people like to do a vision board. You can create this for free on Canva. Or maybe it's going into ChatGPT and saying all the bullet points about you and putting your bio and say, write me some considerations to build my brand and put in these key points, right? And then you could go into detail of, hey, can you go deeper into this niche, this focus? Okay, so ChatGPT is going to be a really good resource. Journaling, Canva to kind of have that overall vision of a vision board, maybe photos. But this is I always say brainstorm first, and maybe you already have these key points built out in your business, but going deeper and deeper is what is going to make you stand out as a coach. So defining your niche. What is your coaching experience? What are you passionate about? Your certs? And then, going into this further is like building your brand and really defining your clients. So in the chat, or feel free to take yourself off mute as well. What is your niche? So, you can be a health coach. Okay, let's go deeper into that. Nutrition coach, let's go deeper. So I would love if maybe someone is open to taking themselves off of mute here too. Is there anyone that's open to sharing what their niche is? I know some people put in their programs as well in here. Tatiana, I know you talked about your autoimmune protocol diet. Anyone open to coming off mute or putting in the chat what your niche is? Health and wellness coach focusing on heart health for women. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. One of my friends, she is a coach and she has blown up her business through social media. And she actually focuses on weight loss for women 5'4" and under. So niche, right? So niche. And she has like short girls, petite women protocols because it's harder, to balance your hormones and nutrition and overall really being able to metabolize well. So she really has like that niche. My niche is really focusing on mindset and fitness and incorporating the mental side of therapy into fitness, right? So someone else, Leslie, says health coach, helping teens with body image and eating challenges, mentor parents. Amazing. Okay. Jessica says, I help busy people make time for themselves. Okay, Jessica, thank you for sharing. I'm going to go deeper into some of your examples in a moment. Specialized transition care supporting during life's changes. Okay, very cool. We're going to go a little bit deeper into that, into your niche. And then, defining your brand. So I think defining your brand is something that's really cool that you can use Canva. I love using Canva to kind of brainstorm and explore and kind of seeing like, ooh, what color scheme, what am I feeling? So whether it's brainstorming with images and photos and kind of creating a vision board or writing things down or looking at examples, right? I always say like, have someone that inspires you. Maybe it's a creator on Instagram, or maybe it's somebody's website that you really look after. You don't have to recreate the wheel, right? So it's not copying, but have someone that inspires you and someone that's done it already, that's in your space, and be like, okay, this is what they're doing. This is their niche. This is kind of the feel that I feel when I'm on their website or where I'm on their social media page. How can I embody that, but make it my own? And the last part is really defining your client base and going into that niche offering. So going into that niche, let's see, Jessica, I'm going to use you as an example, if that's okay. And I really want to make this a whole, like, really good brainstorm so you feel really challenged in a really great way after, but also inspired to build this even into more detail to stand out. So if that's okay, Jessica, I'm going to use yours as an example. And it's not to pick you out. It's that I feel like you can go so much deeper into this to really strengthen your niche. So you said, I help busy people make time for themselves. How can we make that even more detailed? What kind of busy people? Is it a working mom? Is it someone that works, the 9-to-5 job? Is it someone that's in corporate America? Make time for themselves. Is that on the mindset side? Is that to have more time for free time, for hobbies? So and yeah, Jessica, thank you for letting me shout you out because I love your example and I just want to get this even more niche. So how do you ask the question, how do you determine if your niche is profitable? So that's a great question. Like I said, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. So I always say, like, look what's out there. I would look up on Instagram, whether it's trending or a hashtag, busy people, fitness coaching for busy people. Do you see people that have a large following? Do you see a lot of people making videos about this? Maybe it's on social Instagram, maybe it's on TikTok, maybe it's on YouTube. Also going online to Google. You can look up top Google trends for 2024 or for, recent trends. Is this what people are searching for? What are the top keywords in fitness that people are searching for? So you have all these tools at the hands of your fingertips. So that's really how to determine if it's profitable. Are busy people searching to get coaching, right? So I would say really looking at trends online, whether it's through social media or on Google, looking at the top keywords that people are searching for. Maybe one of the top keywords is how to find time as a mom to work out, whatever it is, right? Some of those keywords, maybe those are some hashtags that you start to using, right? So another one is going on social media and seeing a video that you're like, ooh, this is exactly what I want. This video did really well. How can I make it into my own, but have this video really inspire me? Maybe they use hashtags that you really like. So again, like so many people, it's easy to say, oh, this space is so saturated, but then how can you use others to inspire you and then make it your own to stand out? Jessica, you said people have a hard time to say no to others and yes to themselves. Jessica, can you go a little bit deeper into that comment? I would love to hear more about that comment. Jessica, do you mind if you're comfortable, you don't have to if not, but do you mind taking yourself off mute for a second to go more deeper into that niche?
Sure, I can do that. It's typically women. I don't want to narrow my focus too much, but typically women
Yeah.
were like nature. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. Typically by nature, women just tend to be givers and nurturers, and they tend to put themselves last. And so they're burning the candle at both ends. And then they're like, I'm so tired and my health is deteriorating. And I just want them to get to a point where they don't have to get to that and say, hey, let's make time for me. And so being able to say no to others every time they ask for something, learn how to say no. No is a complete sentence, and say yes to themselves.
I love that. So it seems like when you said I help busy people, it sounds like you're helping busy women, right?
Most of my clients tend to be women, but I have coached men as well. So I don't like to
Okay.
limit, you know, like to make it open to
Yeah.
those that match, right? We have when we get on the discovery session and we feel we're a good fit, then it really doesn't matter. So it's just go with the flow. But I would say, yeah, most of the clients are women. And they're
Okay.
usually my target audience is typically has been 35 to 55. So women that have had their children early and they are what we don't want to call empty nesters, but bird launchers. Their children have gone on and they might be in their late 30s, early 40s, and they're like starting their second life, part of their life, or women who've had their children late or didn't have children, but put their career first and their college first. And then they're like, wait, what's left? So that's the audience. And when I look at my analytics on social media and the people go to my website, they hit. So I'm meeting my target. The people that come and visit me or are interested in my coaching are within that 35 to 55.
Okay. Okay. Very cool. Thank you for sharing. As I'm saying this, my head is going to ChatGPT. I don't know do you guys use Jessica, have you used ChatGPT before?
I have used it along the lines that you had suggested earlier. Just kind of, I put my information in there and just say, how can you streamline this so it's not so wordy?
Yeah,
And it brings it down a couple of notches and makes it digestible by the common audience.
definitely. I would love to show you guys this in order to just get more tailored. This is something, can everyone see my screen with ChatGPT right now?
No.
Let me share here. ChatGPT is, it's like, it's crazy that it's so new and that we didn't have this before. This is free, and it is, just to be able to use this for free is insane. So you have here, whoops, where did our comments go here? So you can say, I am a fitness coach and am trying to find my niche. I help busy people, specifically women, what ages did you say again? 30,
35 to 55.
55.
And I'm not a fitness coach, just FYI, but it's okay.
Okay, perfect. So just to
Example.
use this, what kind of coach are you?
I'm board certified health coach.
Okay, perfect. Certified health coach. I'm trying to find my niche. I help busy people so they would make time for themselves, say yes to themselves. And what was another key point that you like to focus on?
One of the things that I educate and encourage women to do is to, listen and honor their body and their cues.
Okay. And then in terms of what's something you like to program as a health coach? And is it nutrition and workouts that you do for all these points?
No, as a board certified health coach, staying in my scope is really important to me. It's ethical of me. So I let the fitness people do the fitness. And I did
Mhm.
let the dietitians and licensed nutritionists do the nutrition.
Mhm.
However, I look at all scopes of wellness like a big picture. So where I don't focus on one area, it really depends on the client and what their needs are when they show up to the session. So um, most of the
Like
time,
holistic.
it's definitely holistic. It's meeting the people where they are when they show up. They may, when we have a session on one day and they're like, what would you like to focus on the next time we meet? And they say, I want to focus on this. And then when they show up in the room, in the Zoom room, they're like, you know what? I don't want to focus on that today. I want to do this. And so I just honor
Mm.
them and meet them where they are and let them show up as they are as a whole person.
Got it. Okay, great. Thank you so much for sharing. So I put all this in ChatGPT and I'm going to say create a one sentence of a business focus for me to find my niche and have more clients reach me. Give me 5 options. So I'm not saying you have to do this exactly, right? But I just wanted to show everyone an example of how ChatGPT can help you, but also how specific you can get, right? So maybe you're focusing on moms, or I know you said you're going to also focus on men as well, but achieving balance, holistic wellness practices. So instead of, we started with, I help busy people to make more time for themselves, how can we get more specific, right? So maybe there's another key part that you want to add, or a key word, or say, be sure that the word holistic is in this sentence. Um, maybe you go on Google and you look up the top keywords trending right now in fitness for coaches, and then you put in, make sure this keyword is in this niche, right? So I just wanted to give everyone an example how you don't need to reinvent the wheel. You can use the internet to really help you enhance and magnify your business. So to get targeted and detailed as possible, you can use ChatGPT, you can use online and other people that are doing this to really help you grow your business. Jessica, does this help a little bit to hone in on more detail so people can find you a little bit more easily?
It does, and I have used this for this purpose. And one other feature I like about ChatGPT is if you don't like what it suggests, you can hit that little arrow, like the third icon from the left,
Mhm.
and it will redo it until you get what you like. Secondly, sometimes keeping things simple, I tend to be wordy. So if I can
Yes.
niche down all the way, and then I take that opportunity when I do my social media posts. I take my basic, I help busy people make time for themselves, and then I expand. It allows me to expand in multiple directions so that those that want short words or those who want big picture or get down in the weeds, they get it all based on how I market. But yes, it is appreciated. I am appreciated. Sorry. I enjoy this, and thank you for using me as an example so that others can learn from me and I can also grow as a coach.
Yes, thank you for letting me use you as an example and call you out. And I didn't mean to call you out because I love your focus and I love your passion and that holistic whole approach. And I'm like, let's get more detailed, right? So yes, thank you, Jessica. And I love your focus. And I think the detailed you can get, looking up those keywords and really redefining your niche even more detailed, can allow you to maximize everything. And also trying different things out. Like you can always change it up. So yes, thank you so much, Jessica. Any questions here about everything? We talked about your niche. Your brand is really looking at going into more details, whether it's using the internet, but also looking at others that inspire you. Any questions about those two? We feel pretty good about defining your niche and brand. The other thing is defining your client, right? So, we just said, she said females, for example. How can we get more details? Okay, specific ages, right? Or maybe a specific demographic. So the more detailed you can get, the better, is going to be really helpful. Moving into the next slide here is social media growth. So I know some people were mentioning before that this is something that you want to work on. Maybe some people have built out their website, but maybe they don't build out their social media as well. I have worked for the fitness industry for so long, and I've also worked with creators a lot. I'm a creator myself, and I also have worked with a ton of coach creators and influencers. And I have actually seen so many of them that don't have as big of a following, but they still have such a successful business because they have such a tight-knit, strong community, and they have really high engagement. I've worked with a lot of content creators that have a more successful business than other creators that have triple or quadruple the following. So don't think just because you don't have a big following that this is something that is going to impede you from growing your business. It's really all about creating a community. So I would love if you could put in the chat if social something, like give me a thumbs up in the chat if you really want to start enhancing your social media and you feel like you can really grow on the side. Here's the chat. Yes. Perfect. Yes. Okay, awesome. Okay, great. So a couple things that I, as a creator myself and also have worked with tons of creators, is number one is consistency and creating a calendar. So this is like the number one thing. I think make it fun. This is not something that has to be stressful. This is something that should light you up to build your business. You are in this because you're passionate about this. So how can you expand this, right? So I'm a very visual person. I like to write things down. Maybe you are not, and you can use a free tool to, put it in your calendar online to visually see your calendar for the week. So the consistency is going to be really important. Going off of that social calendar idea, I like to think about these different buckets. So, and you don't have to do this. This is just an idea that I like to focus on. So one is, okay, maybe it's an education side of things. So maybe let's say I'm going to put out 4 posts a week. Okay. Just throwing that out there. One, I'm going to do an education side of things. So let's say I'm going to educate people on, I am a mom and I did not have time to exercise until I got a coach. Here are the 3 reasons that helped me, whatever it is, right? Or I'm a coach that focuses on helping people with autoimmune disorders, diseases. Here are the 3 things that you should be doing in your life every single day. This is something you can take a selfie with a camera. You can add videos around you, right? So number 1 is like an education video. Number 2 is doing a trend. So if you scroll on social media, you'll see some funny trend, right? You don't necessarily have to do this, but it's fun to see what other people are doing. And if it's a trend, it's something that you can use that same audio and do it again. So that's something that is really great too. Another one is photos, right? So putting together carousel photos overall of maybe it was, maybe it was something personal about you. This is how I got over this disease and was able to get into this, right? Or this is how, as a mom, I was able to get here, and you show some pictures and you put a really great lengthy caption going into detail. And then maybe the 4th one is another reel about your favorite workout move that everyone should do for the week, right? So really differentiating like one education, one a trend, another one that is about, let's say, just photos and more about you, and another one that is focusing on some kind of movement, like your favorite exercise or just something fun for the week that people can save and take away from it. So overall, I love doing this because it can be really easy to get stuck. So I always say prep for the week. Maybe you want to prep on Sundays, and maybe you want to be able to film this throughout the week, or maybe you film it on Sunday, and plan your week for social to grow. This can be done on all socials, right? So you can put this on Instagram, you can put this on TikTok, you can also use YouTube. Maybe you just want to stick to Instagram, but you can use a lot of that same content. Any questions in the chat here about building your social calendar and kind of what that looks like to grow your business? Is anyone doing that now? Does anyone plan their social media right now? Does anyone thought about that before? Any tips for video editing? Yes, for video editing, I really like to use CapCut. There's a free version and then there's a paid version. CapCut is the one that a lot of creators use. It's just a really easy tool to use for any socials, and I really like to use that one. It also has can also add captions with CapCut too, and it gives you a lot of editing features as well. But really creating that calendar and making it fun and differentiating yourself, and then also looking at, again, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. It's using other people that are already doing what you're doing. How can their videos inspire you? And you can use those as an examples to make it your own. Is anyone doing this right now? Is anyone on social right now that has gotten excited, that are creating videos and they're feeling, they feel like they've gotten this down, or maybe are currently working on it? Is anyone kind of like, ooh, this is kind of scary for me to be in front of the camera and to build my business through here? Carol, yeah. Okay, it is scary, right? I actually, I have a podcast, and I've interviewed a bunch of creators that say how scared they were to go on camera. They were scared to talk to the camera, right? So there's a couple of things here. One is you can practice and get over that, and it's okay to put yourself out there. When you put yourself out there, you're getting outside your comfort zone, and that's how you grow. If you're like, I am not in front of the camera, that is not my thing, you can find other ways, right? Maybe it's your clients, or maybe it's photos, or maybe you putting together videos that you filmed, or other ways to be able to educate and grow your audience. So it doesn't necessarily have to be you facing the camera. But maybe it's something that you can have fun and get outside of your comfort zone and have some fun with it. It's like, we can be scared that people are going to judge us, or we can say, this is how I'm going to grow my business and get outside my comfort zone and stay consistent with, and see how it goes too. But I know it is scary, and it's something fun to do as well. When I let go of perfectionism around it, I show up more, and committing to a real everyday has helped momentum. Yeah. So, whether it's finding someone else right here in the chat, or maybe it's a friend, find an accountability buddy, or hold yourself accountable to say, you're going to post this amount of times a week. You're going to really engage with people instead of just liking comments, maybe commenting into a deeper level. Tell me more about that, right? DMing people and messaging how you can help them. Collaborating with other people, right? Maybe Carol has a similar business than Cheryl, and you guys collaborate on a post on Instagram, right? And help each other out. And the last point that I really want to make here with your social media growth to stand out is, as I have an example here, is really being as niche as possible. So here she has her offering. You can add in your link tree. You can be as specific as possible here on what makes you stand out, right? So I help busy people or busy moms to make time for themselves, right? Whatever it is, you want to be so clear. So when people go onto your profile, they know exactly what you do and how you can help them. Yes, collaborations, lives, super fun. Any other questions about social? I know we spent some time here, but it is something fun to focus on, because a lot of times I think we can feel stuck. And it's really cool to look to explore on social media, see other profiles that inspire you to grow. Okay, cool. If anyone has any questions, Cheryl had a question above. My target audience is a 55 plus age. What are your thoughts for social? So this is something that a lot of people have asked before, is they feel like, you know, social's a lot for Gen Z or millennials, and they feel like social is like not for them. I 100% disagree with that. There is a community for every age group, for every generation, right? So I would really get out of your head that you feel like maybe you're not in the time of social, and just know that like people, if you know, people like you, do you go on social media? Are you ever on Instagram or TikTok? Are you ever looking for certain trends and certain kind of videos, right? So if you're looking for it, other people like you are going to look for it too. So, you know, really getting out of your head, and seeing what your target audience looks like, to be specific as possible, and then really being able to get nitty-gritty on the type of content that you post. And then, you know, once you're able to find that audience of, hey, maybe your target audience is, you said 55 plus age, what kind of content can you build to target that direct market? Because I know for a fact that those demographics are using social media. Tatiana said, my 70 plus age parents love sending me videos and memes on social media. Right? Everyone. My grandma sent me a meme the other day, and I recently taught her how to use social media, right? So it is for everybody. But great question though. So we really talked about, you know, social media. Another really great thing is referrals and building your website and your brand. So really having these core features for you to stick out. Having your link tree in your bio is really great too. Link trees where you can put all your links on social media as well and link it out for your website, referral link, etc. Going a little bit deeper, I want to talk about knowing your worth, and I'll just quickly brush through this. But you know, as a trainer, I know sometimes it's intimidating, or you see other people charging more or charging less, and you're not really sure kind of what to charge, what to price. So really knowing your value. How can you increase your confidence to know how good you are? Looking at the market price, maybe investing yourself for other certifications, right? So what experience do you have? What qualifications? What services do you offer? Who's your target audience? Maybe it's reaching out to other people in your industry to see what you should price, and aim high, and you can always go down if you need to. Or, you know, knowing your worth, and you say, I have a friend that someone asked her if she would go down pricing, and she was like, I can't, this is what I charge. And she ended up paying that. So I think really sticking to knowing your worth and knowing how valuable you are. So if people see that in you, they will pay you for what you believe is worth. What's the blog for pricing help? Great question. So TrueCoach has a bunch of blogs. So we'll send out this deck here. And if you click on here, it will go into a blog going over pricing help and going into more detail. So we'll send out this deck, and the blog links will be in this deck, so you can look at it later as well. So we'll send this out. Overall, the client experience, I would say, you know, awareness, acquisition, onboarding, and so on. Something that has been super helpful when working with other coaches is really the acquisition side of things. It's having that initial consultation to hear about people, and maybe it's a free consultation for 30 minutes to get to know someone and have no strings attached, but really have a deep conversation about your niche and how you can help that person, and then go deeper into them actually getting started with you. Jessica asked, when you can state your cost out loud without your voice shaking, that's how you know you have the right price for your services. 100%. And it takes time, right, to have that confidence with your worth. And it's a trial and error to see what feels best for you and what makes you stand out, feel confident, and really know your worth. But yes, Jessica, is so true. I want to touch on, well, before I touch on TrueCoach, any questions about anything I've touched upon about the client experience life cycle? I know I went through this part quickly, but really just, you know, overall, of getting clients, bringing awareness, renewals, and really strengthening this life cycle. Any questions about anything? We're good. Okay, perfect. The last thing I want to go over is TrueCoach. So I want to share with you how I've grown my business so much. And I've done this on the side. So many people do this full time, where they're using TrueCoach to optimize their entire business. So TrueCoach is a personal training software. We're used by over 20,000 coaches globally. There's all different types of coaches that use TrueCoach. Within TrueCoach, you can program workouts. There's habit tracking, wearable integration, and so much more. So right now, if you're using Google Docs or Excel sheets, or maybe even if it's in person, right? This is something that you can use in person, virtually, or hybrid. So what's really great about TrueCoach is you can build your business at the touch of your fingerprints from home. You don't necessarily have to be in person to track everything. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you guys have heard of TrueCoach before or another coaching platform. And I'm going to quickly share my screen here to show you what TrueCoach is. So, thumbs up. Okay, great. Can everyone see TrueCoach here on my screen? Yes. Okay, perfect. So I'm not going to go into too much detail. If anyone wants me to go into a deeper demo, you can reach out to me, and I'd love to go one-on-one with you and go into this deeper. But I want to go overall with you what TrueCoach is, how it works. So this is overall TrueCoach. You can have your logo here. You can see, I do this for training and habit coaching as well on the mindset side of things. You can program anything. So this I like to think of as my main Facebook feed, to go over everything, see how my clients are doing, see overall my clients who are in person, remote, dual, specific weeks, who's due soon, right? So this is kind of an overall. I also want to touch upon our workout library, our chat feature, and how to program movements. So we have a library that we have over 3,000 videos to choose from. You can utilize our workout library, or you can upload your own video. So maybe it's from YouTube or from your own camera roll. Maybe someone mentioned that they focus on autoimmune diseases. Maybe you have a video about like the top tips for that specific autoimmune disease of how they can implement it into their mornings, right? And that's what you program into here. So it's a really great way to program anything. It doesn't necessarily have to be a workout. Any questions here so far about how TrueCoach works? The other thing I will mention is, this is programming through the TrueCoach browser, and the client is going to see everything through the TrueCoach app. We're really known how easy it is to use. So if someone's like, "Ooh, I don't know how technology feels with this specific demographic of my clients," I will say that TrueCoach is really known for how easy and simple it is to understand and to use. The other part is I want to show you, how do you do an assessment online? Great question. So you can, you have two options. You can upload a document here and they can send it back to you. You can also use a chat feature. So using the document section is really nice, and they can send you back assessment. You can even program a specific assessment, like a PAR-Q questionnaire too. And I'm happy to do a one-on-one with you to go into more detail about that kind of assessment. Programs too. Someone mentioned they were doing like a sculpt, 15-day sculpt program, right? You can build programs within here. You can oversee all of your clients here. You can group them, and you can also program for them through TrueCoach, right? So just to give you a quick example, let's say I'm gonna call someone out. Carol, what's a workout that you think of? Let's say we do a full body. What's a workout move that you would maybe program for somebody?
Squats.
Squats. So as you can see here, TrueCoach has a huge workout library that will come up. Let's say I want to do squat beginners and make sure that this is the right video that I want within my library. Super easy. I can write, let's say 3 sets of 10 and so on, any other cues. Someone said you can't do a physical assessment online. Muscle testing cannot be done virtually as far as I know. Okay, so If you do an in-person assessment, you can put any of those stats and save them within TrueCoach. Or if they do them on their own, any of those details can be saved within the platform. Does that answer your question, Louisa? Happy to go into that a little bit further. And then, you know, supersets and so on. I know a lot of people here are health coaches. So one of my favorite features here is habit tracking. So maybe, is there any health coaches or even nutrition coaches that want to come off of mute for a moment and say something that they like for their clients to do every day? Maybe it's water intake or sleep.
Yeah, that would be good.
I offer the suggestion to assess energy levels.
Energy levels, someone said deep breathing. Great. So let's say I did a morning routine and I had in here energy levels. And then another one I had deep breathing, right? Maybe I want to put a video for deep breathing. Maybe energy levels, I want to add a metric. So what's really great here, and you know, again, I know I'm going through this quickly today and I'm happy to go into this more one-on-one with you guys. But what's really great is I can add a metric here. So let's say I want to add a metric about energy level. And I want to go in here and put in a score and add this metric. So what's really great now is for energy level, I can now go in here and put an energy level. So my client, when I program for them in the app, they're going to be able to put in a number. So I know on Wednesday, if their energy is at a 3, they might not perform as well in their exercises, right? Throughout time, you're going to be able to see metrics like this. So this is a really great way to renew as well and to work with people again for the future to say, look at how much your energy has gone up. Like, let's keep doing this. Do you want to work together for a little bit longer? I'm so excited. Or look how much weight you've lifted in your squats, right? Or we also have nutrition, right? So we're integrated with MyFitnessPal. Maybe you want to make sure people stick to their macros. Maybe you want to upload a meal plan. So I can go into so much detail and I don't want to overwhelm you guys, but it's exciting all the different features that TrueCoach has to really maximize and grow your business. Any questions? I know this was a lot, but any questions about any of these features? The last thing I'll show you here is our chat feature. I don't know about you, but I like to have my personal time as a coach and I like my clients, I like to have my business separated. So our chat feature is really great because in the TrueCoach app, you can message your clients and that's totally separate from your personal life. So maybe it's a group chat for everyone in your challenge, or maybe it's a one-on-one chat, right? That you want to have with people. Maybe you want to send them back a photo or a video too. So this chat feature is really great too, to be able to run your business and also make time for yourself. So I know I went through that quickly. That's a little overview about TrueCoach. I'm happy to answer any questions. Everyone on this call today has a special offer. So if you use this code, and again, we'll post this in the Facebook chat and we'll send this video out, but you guys get a 14-day free trial and $1 for your first month. I'm more than happy to have a one-on-one with everyone and go into detail with your business. Thanks for putting that in the chat, and go more into your business on how you can maximize it using a TrueCoach. Maybe you just want to try it out and see how it works. So more than happy to go into detail in that. Any questions? I know we said a lot today. I hope you guys had some fun and brainstormed and maybe got inspired to find your niche and brand and kind of revamp your business a little bit. Are there any questions? How much does it cost after that? So if you go onto our site in the chat, you can go into pricing and I can put our pricing in the chat too. And you can see the pricing there. But the pricing is based on the number of clients that you have.
Is there a place for client notes with this at all?
Yes, there is. So within TrueCoach, you can add notes that are personal for you. So maybe it's just something like you want to remember that this person's going on out of the office, or this person has a hurt back, or whatever it is, right? So you can put any notes that you have in there within the TrueCoach app.
Is it HIPAA protected?
It's not HIPAA protected. We have our VPAT compliancy, which is for disabilities, and then within HIPAA, we work with a ton of universities and also physical therapy practices. So that part's never an issue because everything's kept confidential in here. And if there's anything really personal, you can always just put it on a different record for yourself to make sure everything's kept confidential within TrueCoach. Someone said, how did you develop this platform? So TrueCoach is, we've been around since about 2015, used around with about over 20,000 coaches all around the world. So I did not develop this platform. I just lead our partnerships team. That'd be cool if I did though, but I did not develop this. We're owned by a larger company. We've been out for a while. We're used by a ton of coaches and athletes all around the world. So I wish I could take credit for that, but I cannot. Any other questions? Thumbs up in the chat if you're like, you got something out of today. Maybe you were inspired by something I said. Maybe there's something that you have a question on. Give me a thumbs up in the chat or any other questions you guys have. Awesome. Yeah, no, thank you guys so much. And yeah, thank you. I'm going to put my email in here in the chat. Our TrueCoach Instagram is that. I'll put in my personal Instagram too. If anyone wants to reach out to me, I'm more than happy to do a demo with you guys and, go over maximizing your business and seeing how TrueCoach can help you. I know, I'm an extremely busy person with a full-time job and coach on the side, and TrueCoach is seriously what has allowed me to do both because I can streamline my business. I'm also going to put my, oh, awesome. Thank you. I'm also going to put my calendar link here at the bottom. So if anyone, whoops, did that go? There we go. If anyone wants to set time on my calendar, more than happy to do a one-on-one with you to go through your business and see if TrueCoach is right for you. We will put this video on Facebook, and I know we'll send it out as well. Any other questions? Anything else I can answer from anyone? Okay, awesome. Well, here if you need me. Thank you guys so much for your time. I hope that was helpful, and I hope I hope we inspired each other to revamp our business and strengthen our brand and our niche. And let's end 2024 with a bang. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful weekend, and here if you need anything at all. Thank you guys for having me.